What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see here. You guys hear me all right? Everything good? Good morning, Monarchy. Dwayne, good morning. Jackie, what's going on? Good morning. All right, guys, let me just put out a quick tweet and a Facebook post and let everybody know over in the Discord that we're live and we'll get to work here. A little bit late today. My kid was running around the house this morning and she fell. Nothing happened, just a little bump, but she started calling for me. She was like, Bobby, Bobby. She was crying. So I was like, well, I'm going to be late to the stream this morning. So a little late here, but got to do it that way. Just got to do it that way. Young, good morning. Priorities. All right, let me let everybody know we're live. All right, so it looks like inflation data is out. We're getting a spike here on the SPY. Watch for 443 50s area to be resistance potentially. Let me see what I can find out here. That's a pretty nice spike. Well, this just came through here as well. Putin warns Russia cannot be isolated. U.S. and U.K. investigate reports of chemical weapons attack. Jackie, thank you. Joey, good morning. Mark Zuckerberg says Meta will test selling virtual goods in the metaverse. LK, which platform, like what is this that you see on my screen here? I just want to make sure I answer the question correctly because I use various different softwares. So are you asking me what is on my screen right now? Taylor. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's funny. Taylor says, already got my pimp head strong and smack that like button. Guys, hit that like button for me. It really helps out tremendously. That was funny. That was super funny, Taylor. For trading, I use Charles Schwab. That's my broker, so I use their Street Smarts Edge platform. Okay, so CPI for all items rises 1.2% in March. Gasoline, shelter, food index rises. The king, that's the Will Smith button. Okay, my pleasure, no worries. All right, guys. Okay, do you have any tickers you want me to start going over as we watch the SPY here tear through it, tear through that pivot low from yesterday and just make a huge push? Wow. So if you have any tickers, just throw them up there. Here we go. Consumer price rose 8.5% in March, slightly hotter than expected. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. We have hotter than expected, even though it's slightly higher. Slightly hotter than expected, and we're getting this move out of the SPY. Like I wouldn't expect that we would just dump today, because I would have expected, if we're just slightly higher than expected CPI, then I would have expected us to just basically in here, you know, kind of stay in this range. But to jump right back into 443.50s, 443.40s, 443.50s, I see that like it's taking back everything. Seems a little extreme to me. Maybe it'll be just a knee-jerk reaction and we'll fade off later if we get back underneath that 50-day on the SPY. VERU, definitely something to keep on watch. You know, look, ideally what I would like out of VERU, where's my box, is it to do something like this today. That's what I would like to see out of VERU. I'd like to see it put in a little red day, a little inside day, and then tomorrow give us that. That's what I would like to see out of VERU. I'm drawing it here because that's what I'm looking for. I'd want to see VERU pull in today, maybe get back under 12. 12 is a key level. Yesterday when we broke over 12, we really exploded and extended. So I'd like to see it get back under 12, hold 10, and just give us an inside day. And then tomorrow give us an attack of that 15 that should take us up near 20. So that's what I'm going to be looking for out of VERU, a little inside day. Little inside day on that one. Guys, remember yesterday I told you that DTC Pro, if you signed up yesterday, you would get 6 months of TC2000 scanners for free. I told you every day this week, we will drop that month down. So today, if you sign up for DTC Pro, you get 5 months of TC2000 for free. All right, we will pay for that because I want, you know, if you're a DTC Pro student, that means you have access to the courses. That means you're really in there to learn everything that you can from every piece of content we have on there and every piece of course we have on there and quizzes and tests. So I want you to have some good charts. And TC2000 has the best charts in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and do 5 months for free for you. We'll pay for 5 months of your charting. So that's what I'm looking for on VERU. Any other names you guys have before we jump into the scans? A little bit pressed for time today at 9. I got to hop back on over to the Discord. So if you don't have any other names, I'll just jump straight away into the rest of the scans. I'm putting VERU like on the back burner, but just for the same plan that I just gave out a minute ago. Watching today for an inside day, holding above 10 for a move to 15 tomorrow. Kara, what's the Discord? That's where we have our chat. So DTC Pro and DTC Lite members, they are over at the Discord. I'm there live, and I trade there in the morning live, and I'm there all day. I'm not like those people who come in and they're there for 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes in the morning, and then they leave because they got to go to their job. That's not the case because, well, this is one of my jobs and I'm literally here all day long. So I'm in the Discord in the morning from like 9:20 pre-market. I give out the pre-market plan. Then I'm on the microphone like this all morning long with the Discord team, going over plays, going over my trades, answering questions. Then at 11 or 11:30, depending on the day's action, we go into live recaps and live lessons for the day. 12 is lunchtime, so 12 to 2 is going to be lunchtime. Screens and Discord is still live. I'm just not going to be on the microphone. I'll be off to lunch. I don't trade lunch anyways. At 2 p.m. I jump back on the microphone and we do afternoon scans, look for afternoon potential setups or potential overnight swing trades. If you want to just test out like DTC Lite, that would be this right here. You get 2 weeks for free in the Discord. And then it's just $24.99. All right, so we have VERU there. Bank stocks do have earnings this week. Yep, they kick off the earnings season. Good stuff right there that the King just shared, guys. Keep eyes on that. All right, BDCX, just selling off, huh? Just selling off completely. All right, let's check in real quick on the SPY, then we'll jump back onto that. SPY, finding resistance. You guys saw it. You guys that have been tuned in here for a minute, I did not just draw this line. This line has been here since yesterday. And look at that. Bang. We just found a little bit of resistance there on the SPY. Let's take a look at this press release. Prices that consumers pay on everyday items surged in March to the highest level since the early days of the Reagan administration, according to the Labor Department data released Tuesday. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, which measures a wide range of baskets of goods and services, jumped 8.5% from a year ago on an adjusted basis, above even the already elevated Dow Jones estimate of 8.4. So a slight hotness to this print this time. Excluding food and energy, CPI increased 6.5% in line with expectations. So if you exclude necessities like nutrition and energy, we're at 6.5, which would have been an expectation. The data reflects price increases not seen in the U.S. since the stagflation days of the 1970s and early 80s. And if you guys have ever heard anybody talk about it, in the 80s, interest rates on everything, so houses, just general interest rates were sky high. March headlines, in fact, was the highest since December 1981. Core inflation was the hottest since August of 1982. I wasn't even born yet. Feels good to say that sometimes. When you read dates online. Due to surges in inflation, real earnings, despite rising 5.6% from a year ago, still weren't keeping up with the pace of cost of living. Real average hourly earnings posted a seasonally adjusted 0.8% decline for the month, according to a separate Bureau of Labor Statistics report. To combat inflation, the Federal Reserve has begun raising interest rates and is expected to continue doing so through the remainder of the year and into 2023. It's going to get expensive out there, guys. If you think it's expensive, get ready. Yeah, the King. I was actually talking to my parents a while back, and they told me, back in the 80s, they were paying something like that on interest rate on their mortgage. Now, Martin, I'm going to jump on that, but let me just go on a little side tangent on real estate, guys. That's my other thing. I'm not an agent or anything, just an investor. I'm waiting. I'm sitting on some cash, okay? And I'm waiting for a good opportunity to buy another rental property. Now, I'm waiting for a pullback. I'm not necessarily waiting for a crash in the market, and I'll tell you why. I think we will have eventually some sort of pullback in real estate. There's no way these levels can be sustained. Okay, there's no way. I have one property. I have more than one property, but I have one property that I purchased 2019 or October 2018 or October 2019. Can't remember off the top of my head. You guys know I spent some time there in the summers. That's my Keys house. It's on the water. Paid $440,000 for that house. That house recently, $700,000 I could have sold it at if I wanted to. That's insanity. That's not sustainable. So I expect a pullback in real estate. And what some people are saying, oh no, it's going to crash. Oh no, millennials are never going to be able to buy a house. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for the simple fact that back in the 80s when we had, mortgage rates at 12%, people were still buying houses. Why? Because they weren't as expensive, obviously. You cannot have houses appreciating at that constant level with interest rates going like that. So we'll have some sort of pullback. Interest rates do rise and it catches up. So it'll be a point where like the payment isn't going to be too far off, because right now, even now, yesterday, a month, 2 months ago, interest rates were all-time lows, maybe 3-4%, stuff like that. I know that some people were able to get something in the twos. The point is that they were, 3% interest rate on a house, but you were paying $700,000 for that house. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, it'll kind of meet in the middle. And that's the whole point of what's going on. Exactly. We're going to have a pullback. I'm thinking reasonable 15, maybe 20% pullback in real estate. If we get a little bit, don't get me wrong, if we get a deeper pullback, even better. But I'm thinking realistically that 15, 20%, maybe you get a 25%, maybe. But I'm thinking 15, 20% is realistic. I'm thinking that's realistic. You're going to get a lot of these houses that right now, they're like $400,000, that realistically, the house should be maybe 250, 220. That's realistically. You gotta keep in mind the inflation that we've had as well. Let's say that house pulls back 20%, right? You're talking about that house will go from, 400,000. Let's say 450, 450,000, because I think the median price right now is around that level, and you get a 20% reduction there. You're talking about 360,000. The house will be 360,000. I realistically think those houses should be worth 250, but we've had inflation hit. So if we get these $450,000 houses to get back into the low 300,000s, I think that's going to be. That's going to be sustainable and more realistic. Triplex and fourplex in Oakland have already pulled back 10% in the past 12 months. I have too been watching and waiting for a stronger pullback. We should see similar prices that we saw. I don't think we're going to see 2009 prices. That's two different animals. And we're gonna have to jump. We're gonna have to run through the watch list pretty quickly here, guys. So bear with me when I jump into that watch list. I'm usually very slow and explain things very slowly. Today we're gonna have to go through them. I don't think we're gonna have 2009 prices. That's, in my opinion. Look, just like I say, put a stamp on it. No new all-time highs in the SPY. I am basically there where I can almost say put a stamp on it. We're not seeing 2008, 2009, 2010 prices. That's not happening. Why? It's a completely different animal. A completely different animal. The people who bought these houses at these record low interest rates, it doesn't matter if they go underwater on equity, because as long as they can still make that payment, they're going to still make that payment, because I'll tell you what, it's going to be better than paying rent for them. It's just going to be the case. Now, the only way that we see something like that would be just a huge default on other loans, not mortgages, on other loans. That's the only thing. You have to remember that back then we had the mortgage crisis. We don't have a mortgage crisis right now. As a matter of fact, if you went ahead and asked for not a deferment, a forbearance on your mortgage, you would have gotten an entire year of forbearance. If you wanted it, it was available for you because of the CARES Act. Okay, you would have gotten yourself an entire year of forbearance on your mortgage, and now that comes due. Well, banks aren't making you pay that right away. They're giving you 3 or 4 options to be able to do that. You can either adjust your mortgage payment, or you could do a deferment where you grab. Let's say you say you didn't pay your mortgage for a whole year. You owe the bank $25,000. Well, now you can tell the bank, hey, you know what? Put that at the end of my mortgage. So let's say you have 25 years left on your mortgage. Well, 25 years from now, that $25,000 will become due. Or when you sell the house ahead of time, etc. So you're not going to have people going into foreclosure because they coming out of forbearance. So it's not the same. It's not the same. We don't have the same ingredients as 2008. In other words. But I do think that we will see a strong pullback. Definitely. Yeah, I bought my house here right after, during the recession back then. Yes, they were selling a bunch of products. You essentially also, you had a lot of people that could not afford houses, right? That could not afford the houses they were buying, get blindly approved. And then not only were they blindly approved, but this was not locked in interest rates either. They were variable interest rates. And when those interest rates shot back up, these people were like, oh my God. So I'm underwater this house and I cannot afford the payment. Foreclosure. That's why we had so many of them. All right, guys. So we know the market's rallying off of the CPI data coming in line with expectations, basically. BCDA. This is coming straight back down. It's on the scans here. Let's take a look at that one. Let's write up this watch list, guys. We don't have a lot of time. We went off on real estate and the economy, which I love talking about. So let's get to work on this. We're gonna talk more about that stuff tomorrow if you guys like. Guys, remember, do me a quick solid. Hit that like button. It really helps out tremendously. We got 15 people watching the live stream. I'm sorry, we got 30 people watching the live stream and just 15 likes. So do me a quick solid there and hit that like button. So BCDA, I imagine this thing has some sort of news. 2 hours ago, FDA approval of its IND NK1R. Okay, so they have approval, FDA approval. BCDA has FDA approval, watching for the 200-day MA to hold support. So I'm going to be watching this 200-day moving average to hold support. Coincides with some tops here, as you can see clearly. Boom. Some bottoms back here. Could have room towards 320. 320 area. All right, so BDSX. Something tells me those two names are going to be confused a lot today. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you hitting that like button. So BDSX. This one, strength financial position with equity issuance and amendment to term loan. This is information from yesterday, news from yesterday, and we're downtrending. I would not put too much emphasis on this one today. ATNM. So ATNM. 2 hours ago, America announces commercialization agreement for IO. Sorry, their medication or their treatment. Okay, so this one definitely can go on the watch list. Would like to see it up and over this 200-day moving average. But maybe we can find some support down here in the 570s for an attack at the 200-day. I like that. ATNM, I'll show you why. Agreement news for IOMAB. Watching the 575 area for support. Could have room to the 200-day moving average, which lies right around 660, to the 200-day around 660 area. All right, so we got those two. PSTV, you want to see if it can get up over these levels here at 115. Guys, I'm not really going to do Q&A here. We only got 8 minutes left. Sorry. There's no time for it. We got to work on the watch list. BCDA, ATNM. Tesla. Tesla back up over 1,000. We want to see that level hold. What's going on, Jose? Good morning. Tesla watching for the $1,000 area to hold support on pullbacks. Could have room to 10.15 to 10.20 area. The SPY, wow. What a crazy rally on the SPY. My God, man. Gonna be watching the 444s on the SPY. Watching for the 444 area on the SPY to hold support on pullbacks for a test of the 200-day MA. Around 448. All right, so that's what we have. We have BCDA, ATNM, Tesla, SPY, and then back burner we have VERU. Guys, I like this PHIO. We're kind of flagging on the daily chart. PHIO watching for a bull flag on the daily chart. So keep eyes on that. MULN, another one here you want to keep eyes on. Definitely another one here you want to keep eyes on. So MULN watching for a breakout of the flag on the daily this week. All right, keep an eye on that one on MULN. All right, so BCDA, ATNM, what's AMD doing? Is AMD back up over 100? Okay, so AMD's back up over 99. Definitely another one to keep on watch on the watch list. So AMD watching for the $99 area to hold support. Could have room back to gotta watch and see if these gap fills. $102 zone. Keep these gap fills on watch for reversals as well. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we got a couple minutes here. All right, we flew through that watch list pretty quickly. BCDA, ATNM, Tesla, SPY, AMD. All right, backburners VERU, PHIO, MULN. Now, if you know, I know today we went through it quickly. That's because I was a little late to the stream. Plus, we started talking about real estate. But if you want the watch list, you can sign up for it here. Kesha, SRNE, I can definitely take a look at since we're kind of gone through that watch list already. Guys, and I know that was really fast. Normally, we take our times with the watch list much slower. I go into deeper explanations, but we're just pressed for time today. But if you want to learn how to do this, join up. You join up. You have DTC Lite 2 weeks for free. And you have DTC Pro, like I said yesterday. Let me get you the one with the scanners. DTC Pro, like I said yesterday. Yesterday, you had 6 months of TC2000 for free with it. And every day this week, it's going to drop. So now it's just 5 months. This ends on Sunday. This is going to be the like the Easter special, okay? So SRNE, watch that $2 zone. Potential support there. You're going to have probably... You have definitely 220s resistance. And then I think you don't really have a lot of resistance until the 230s. But yeah, this one's really not a good looking chart right now. There's bound to be a lot of bag holders in this that'll sell most pops. All right. All right, guys. So any last minute questions or tickers you want me to look at for you? We got the watch list straight up here. What I'll do is I'll put the final touches on it in a minute, and then I'll get that sent over to Jonah so he can send it to everybody's emails, and then I'll hop on over to the Discord. Yep, I see that. I see the VERU. It's not doing a whole lot off that news. That type of news generally doesn't move stocks much. But VERU, I still will keep it on watch today for an inside day. That's what I would like to see on VERU, an inside day. LIXT. Let's go take a look at that one. That's a nice setup right here, right now, actually. That's actually a really nice setup here against 3. You have these previous tops. That's a really nice setup there. That is definitely one to keep on watch today. What's the News has announced preclinical results of his collaboration with Netherlands Cancer Institute. Nice, Jose. Good eye on that one. I'm going to put it on the list. LIXT, watching for... I'd really prefer it to be over 3. That $3 zone is going to be tough. I'd say the 210 area. Watching for the 210 area to hold support on pullbacks. Could have room towards 3. If it opens up and we're like at 4, then you have to watch 3. Then you have to watch 3 at that point. All right. ATNM. ATNM, I'd watch these 570s if they can get there. I'd watch those 570s if it can get there. Support here, a little bit of resistance back here. That's what I would watch on those. All right, guys. Well, it is 9 o'clock. I got to get on over to the Discord. All right. Tomorrow I'll be back 8 o'clock as usual. No worries. A little bit of a late start today, but we got our watch list. It'll be in your inboxes. And if not, I'll see you over on the Discord. All right. Thank you guys very much for tuning in today and hitting that like button like you did. I really appreciate it. Hope you found some value in today's stream. And I hope you have a great day. Good luck out there today. And I'll see you all over on Discord or tomorrow at 8. Have a good one.